Okay, so the meat has finally arrived and I'm gonna literally butcher this chuck. Not done it before, but I've been trying to educate myself on YouTube, and the sous vide is on the way today, so I'm gonna be having hopefully some nice tender steaks, and I'll give an update. I've got a kidney here as well for the DAO enzyme, lowering the histamine. So, okay, so just finished cutting the meat, and I'm not sure what the butcher would say if he saw it, but it looks all right to me. I think these are Denver steaks. I've never eaten this cut before. I mean, I would have eaten part of the cut because I've just chopped that big slab up into big steaks in the past, but now learning actual different cuts of meat. Yeah, I'm hopeful. So here we've got the Denver. Here I've got some of the chuck eye, and then I just cut the rest of it into steaks. But I am going to try these in the sous vide. God knows what they'll be like. But I can only try. Some people might be laughing at me now if they've tried this before. Here's a good chuck eye steak. See how much that weighs. Roll the scales with me. 270 gram. That's all right for a steak. Part of breakfast anyway. 270 grams, 2 chuck eyes. So yeah, it might give me breakfast. I think I might eat slightly more. Depends how tender it is. Nice it is. So let's have a look at one of these Denvers, see how much that weighs. 360. That's more like a breakfast for me. And then I've got loads of leftover. Can you see it? Oi, and I've messed that one up. Let me try that again. I'm just gonna lift it up. So there's all like kinds of stew meat here, and apparently some other cut, like a flank steak, but there's loads. And now I've got the kidney as well, which I need to cut up. And so with the kidney, I'm gonna soak it, not in milk. Water and vinegar apparently is also effective at removing the odour, any unpleasant odour and taste. So you kind of just got to chop your kidney off from that middle, like the core section, whatever that is. I think that's tough and inedible. So I'm just going to chop the meats off, the meaty part, and then I'll freeze that, and then I'll just have, I don't know, maybe a portion a day. See how we go with that. Hopefully it's effective at increasing my DAO to help me combat this suspected histamine. And then along with just eating this alone, there's going to be no aggravation of inflammation. I am searing things on the cast iron pan, so if there is going to be any oxidative damage, it's going to be done when I'm searing, but because I'm not putting anything else in my diet now and it's just meat, it's got to be the lowest like anti-inflammatory diet, because there's going to be no abrasiveness going through my intestines because there's no fibre. I'm going to be getting maximum protein, great sources of fat in here, as you can see. I'm not going to add any fat to my meats. I tried it yesterday. I was adding ghee to the meat just to increase fat so I could get my calories in, because I only ate the one meal. And this morning my poo was floating and it was slightly pale, which tells me my body's got more fat than it can digest. So I'm just going to try eating the meat alone as it is. I'm not going to worry about ketosis or anything like that. I'm just going to eat the meat with the fat that it's got in it, and see how we go from there. And then obviously I'm going to have kidney, liver and heart with every meal as well. And I got that kidney for free from the butchers, so if you've got a great butcher like I have, then they'll sort you out. They're generally happy when people go to them rather than, you know, going to the supermarket. So now I'm going to put these, at least the chuck eye steaks. Let's go for this. Let's see how the chuck eye goes in the sous vide bag. Okay, perfect. And with that, apparently we're going to submerge this in water now. So on point with finishing butchering the chuck. The sous vide has arrived, and so this is really exciting. I'm gonna try and get some nice tender steaks out of this. So that's submerged into water there right now. I'm hoping it'll fill up a little bit more. And now what the plan is to lower the silicone bags, my sous vide silicone bags. I didn't want to buy plastic just because, you know, plastic and heat leaching toxins into the meat. I'm trying to avoid that. So, and apparently with the sous vide, we try and get as much air as we can out. Now, I know this isn't going to get as much air out as a thin plastic bag, but let's see. Okay, so I've got all the steaks in the bags. I've got the bags into the pot. Sous vide. Wait, that always swings around. You can see in there, everything's submerged. I might need to top it slightly, just so everything's under. And I made a great mess on the floor as well. Not sure if you can see. And on the worktop. But hey ho, it's only a bit of water. So now this is pretty much ready to go. I just need to figure out how to switch it on. Okay, so it's the next day and the sous vide has been on for almost 24 hours. I've got the kidney, I've got the liver, I've got heart, which both of these are frozen, and I just chop them up into small bits before I freeze them. Then I take them out, and that's my multivitamin for the day. You don't need much with these at all. Less is more. So I got the scales out so I can measure it as well. So there I've got 28 grams, roughly 28 grams, 22 grams, heart, something similar, 27 grams. And then I've just got little chunks of kidney that I soaked in apple cider vinegar and water, and then I let them drain overnight in the fridge as well. So hopefully most of the unpleasant taste and odour. I've still not got my sense of smell back fully, so I don't know on that. So what I'm going to do now is take a sous vide bag out, one of my 8 steaks in there, and I'm just going to put each of these in there for a couple of hours and let them cook on a low heat. It's only 55 degrees in there, so they should retain a lot of the natural enzymes. Okay, the time has arrived. It's time for sous vide. Sous vide, sous vide, sous vide. I've been anticipating this moment for a while, so I think what I'm going to do is take the meat out and then I will leave the offal in until I'm ready to. There's a little bit of juice in there from the meat. I've got my heart, kidney and liver in the bag. I'm going to put that back in just to stay warm while I sear the meat. Right, so I'm just going to pat this dry and smoking. Quite ready yet. Oh God, I'm nervous. I'm nervous in case. It's going to be great. I know it is. This is going to be a super steak, a super sous vide steak. I've just been looking forward to it so much. I really do enjoy a steak, but I've never tried sous vide, and apparently this is the way to cook your steaks. So we'll see. Let's try that. Turn this up. I want to get this pan really high. I'm going to throw it in a second now. Using tallow to cook in, just a little bit of tallow, not too much. Right, and we're off. Come on. Look at that. Nice little crust. Oh yeah. I don't think I've looked forward to something this much for a long time, where food's concerned anyway. Because I know as I'm eating this, I'm healing and I'm feeling better each day, just meat on its own, nothing else. I'm excited. Liver, kidney, more kidney. What is that? That's the kidney. That's the liver. Wow, that's super tender. Jeez. Normally I would start off eating the offal first, just because that's where most of the micronutrients are packed. But because I'm so excited for this sous vide meat, I'm just gonna dig right into that on the nice charred section. Right, fingers crossed. That feels tender. This is a butter knife I'm cutting it with. Very slightly pink. That's like a medium. For a chuck. That might have been the chuck I can't remember which cut of the meat it was, but that is delicious. I could eat that for breakfast and dinner indefinitely. I'm so happy. And I've got the Denver steaks in there. I'm just going to try it all. I'm going to try all the chuck in the sous vide and see if it tenderizes even the tough cuts. Because that, to me, personally, it's very close to the ribeye on the cut, but yeah, that is ribeye quality. I am very, very happy with the sous vide. Cut in there.